all happening.
This is happening.
It's all happening.
Okay, hi. Hello. Welcome to another episode of Just the Tips. Yeah, we're going to have a very special guest a little bit later. The most talked about woman on the internet right now, or like it in the industry.
Yeah.
Lena The Plug.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
It's going to be amazing.
But first.
Yes.
But first.
What?
I don't know. I thought you had something.
Oh.
I mean, you already gave our spoiler alert away 5 seconds in with saying our special guest.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying that she'll be here later.
Let's kill some time till she gets here.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, I had to make a big decision the other day because I got my hair done. And I was like, my bangs were very long. And it was like, am I growing my bangs out or am I cutting my bangs?
Riveting.
Yeah. I mean, life has been...
I'm on the edge of my seat. Go on.
Are you on the edge of your seat? Because I don't think you understand what a big deal bangs are. I mean, it has like really changed the look of my face. I mean...
I like you with bangs. It's cute.
Yeah, everyone seems to like it. So far, almost everyone likes the bangs. It's been a lot emotionally. I mean, every day I feel different about my bangs. Like literally every day. Oh, sometimes every hour.
So what did you decide?
Well, obviously I decided to cut them. And yeah, I mean, I'm keeping the bangs. I'm keeping the bangs. I had the decision yesterday to be like, was this just like a one-night stand or a 1-month stand? Or am I a person with bangs? And I made the decision to be a person with bangs. Like, you know, Joanna Angel 6.0 has bangs.
I'm glad you were able to navigate that very complex emotional minefield.
No, you are making fun of me right now, but honestly, once I put it out there, like, guys, I don't know how I feel about my bangs. I can't tell you how many heartfelt responses I got from other girls in the industry with bangs. And like, I think I should start a bangs emotional support group because honestly, in that moment when I first got bangs and actually regretted it, I needed the support. I needed the support that I got.
You came home and you were like, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah, I was like, why did I do that? And even my like hairstylist was like,
why did you make me do that to you?
Yeah. She was like, you're going to regret this tomorrow.
But once you learned how to style them, it was like, oh.
I enjoy wearing headbands with them. But yes, look. The outpour of emotions that I got when I regretted my bangs, I really needed that comfort, you know?
Got it.
Yeah, I needed that comfort.
Glad to know that the world was here for you.
Should be a support group. But oddly, I remember, speaking of our guest, shortly after I got the bangs, I did do an episode of Plug Talk.
With bangs.
With bangs. Yeah.
Good to know.
Lena was like, oh my God, you have bangs. And I was like,
no,
yeah. She did. And she said,
Wow.
she said, yeah. And I was like, you know, I feel very differently about them all the time. It's been really crazy. And she was like, I know. She's like, I just want to say you're really brave. And I was like, thank you.
So
thank you. It was very funny because as somebody who's never even thought twice about getting a tattoo. And I was like, I'm really glad that you see that. Like she was like, I think of getting bangs. But, you know, and then I back out. And then she said, yeah, getting bangs is almost like, she said something like, it's almost like as big of a deal as getting pregnant. It really changes your life. And I couldn't stop laughing. And I was like, well, you had it in you to get pregnant. You haven't found the guts to get bangs.
I had no
idea. But she
idea
seriously said that.
That this was a universal struggle for all women.
It is. It's a universal struggle for women with bangs.
Wow. Okay.
So
you learn something new every day.
Yeah. I have to admit, the first group of, because after I got the bangs, I did go do like a whole bunch of scenes. And when I was like, you know, watching them or, you know, like whatever, editing them, I was like, I look like a different person. I am a different person. I'm a different person.
I need to get me some bangs. I mean, shit.
It's like a whole
life-changing
situation.
You don't have bangs in this promo picture?
It was the different one. Yeah, second one. My most recent episode of Plug Talk. I've been on Plug Talk twice. Yeah. I've been on
No
the
big
second
deal.
time I had bangs. My most recent episode just
Look at
came
Brian
out
fact checking
a little
you.
while ago. Yeah, he's
He's
no,
like, you are lying.
I had bangs. You can find it.
I wasn't trying to fact check. I was just saying, like, maybe they airbrushed your
Oh my God. Like they were like, I don't know about
Like,
this.
absolutely
No,
not.
there's a
Hard
newer
no.
episode of Plug Talk where I have bangs. And,
All right.
you know, whatever. Anyway,
Cool.
so that's that. So I decided to keep the bangs. They're here to stay for at least until they grow out. And then I make this decision again.
Okay.
But do you vote keep the bangs? You
I
you were
vote,
always
yeah.
on team keep the bangs.
Yeah, I'm pro bangs.
You're pro bangs.
Yeah.
Boobs and bangs.
I like all the B's. Boobs, butts, bangs,
Yeah. Our friend who lives around the corner from our friend Lucy, she was
blowjobs,
yeah, she was on the
butt sex.
she was on the cusp of getting bangs, and she said that I
Brie
inspired her.
cheese. Sorry, what?
Cheese.
Brie cheese.
Okay.
I was going with a B thing.
Well,
Anyway.
speaking of cheese, it's
Oh,
on
you-
my Twitter. We can
Didn't
show.
you just make?
I did.
Oh my
Remember
God.
last week, I believe we talked about it, where I actually had a fan request a custom video of me with cheese, and he sexts me all the time about stuffing me with blue cheese like an olive.
Didn't he say he wanted to churn?
Yeah, he
butter
wanted to churn
inside
butter
of you?
inside of
Yeah.
my pussy, and and
It's
how
a real great
exciting
line.
it was. So just on.
So you did make the video.
I made the video. I did it on Sunday.
May I ask, because I was not present for this.
And it was actually
piece
kind of
of
funny
art.
because I was at a friend's place. She was having like a little party at her house.
How many cheeses and
Yeah, so she was having a little party at her house, and actually I did feel bad. I have to admit, like I was a little behind. Sometimes I think it's something we all suffer from, all of us girls on OnlyFans. Sometimes we get a little behind on our custom videos. So. Anyway, he had sent me a message like, "Hey, like, where's my cheese video?"
where's my?
And I felt bad, and I was at like a party, and I was like, okay, I really gotta go home and put cheese on my body. I did, and I told my friends, and everybody was laughing. They were like, I was like, yeah, I gotta go. And everyone's like, yeah, we were gonna order sushi, like blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah, I gotta go home and put cheese.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just wanted to show a little of it. It's, on my Twitter. Can you put
Is that
can we show this on YouTube? I guess if you put like blurs on it.
Yeah, I got it. I definitely
Well,
got it.
CGI just way more cheese,
Yeah.
so that you see no.
It's just
Yeah.
gonna be
So
covered
I
mozzarella.
I went to the market, and it was like very funny to be at the market looking at a cheese selection, like not thinking about like what cheese am I going to eat, like thinking about like what cheese is best to
on
like
your naked body on
to put on my
camera.
naked body. Yeah. But I was inspired. You guys said to do like an American cheese, bikini situation. So I was like, I definitely need like, even though, because sliced cheese is not what you think of when you're having like a cheese party. No, that's like very trashy to put on a charcuterie board. But I thought it was important, so I could like kind of turn it into, a bikini.
I thought
And
the
then
Baby Bell ball gag was pretty classic.
Yes.
Wait,
I
that's
got-
what was in your mouth?
Yeah. So I actually did buy, and look, there's a lot you didn't see. That was just a snippet. This guy, like, he paid for the video. Like, the video's his. I can't show the whole thing. I mean, there was a very long, thing made, and I took a whole bunch of pictures. But yeah, I did buy like a whole like thing of Gouda because I was going to use that as a ball gag. But then I bought some Baby Bell too. But the Baby Bell
I love me a Baby Bell.
Yeah, it was a Baby Bell ball gag in my.
That's adorable.
It's pretty adorable, right?
It's adorable.
Yeah, it was pretty adorable. He also like had this like fantasy of sticking his penis through like a Swiss cheese hole. So I tried to
I can
find.
see that.
I was looking at all the different Swiss cheeses, being like, which one has like, the biggest holes? But Swiss. Anyway, I did a thing where I put the Swiss cheese on my boobs. And I had my nipples like sticking out of it, like right, like on the hole,
As one does.
Yeah. And I thought it was pretty sexy,
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah.
So hot. Wait, where did you film this in our house?
On our bed.
Have we been sleeping in cheese?
I put a towel down.
There's no way you got every scrap of cheese.
I did.
Oh my God.
And it was difficult too because I tried to do it on the couch.
That's why the dog has been going back up into the room so much. He's fucking snacking on little cheese
I cleaned it all up. I put a towel down and then another paper towel down. And anyway.
We are living in a world of insanity.
I know. Well, when I took the cheese out.
Oh my God.
So I took the dogs for a long walk.
I did not consent to have all that cheese in the same place I sleep.
Oh my God.
Well, how did you clean it up?
I mean,
it's all soft and warm after being on your body.
I put a towel down and then I put a paper towel over the towel, and I just made sure
I saw part of the video. You were flinging the shit. It was raining.
It was raining. Yeah. So I got some shredded, I got some
shreds. The shreds.
That was sort of a last minute, I got some shredded cheese and I decided it would be great to just sort of pour it all over my body.
I pulled a little piece of shredded cheese out of my hair this morning and I didn't know what it was.
You're lying.
All right, I am lying.
I cleaned up all the cheese, and if the dogs were in the bed, if there was any cheese left,
they got the rest
they
of
would
it.
have eaten it. But when I opened up all the cheese, the dogs were like, I was like, oh, God damn it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a different video. You got to pay a lot more for that.
With the dogs? No, that's illegal, and I do not do that. So... yeah, I had to get somebody to
wow.
Because the dogs were pretty tired. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to close the door and do this video. They're sleeping on the couch. As soon as I opened up the cheese, they ran upstairs. They were not tired anymore. Even our 13-year-old dog that can't even climb stairs.
Yeah, she found a way.
It was they were so excited. So I was like, oh, so I called, you weren't home. I called
Thank God.
I called a dog walker. And I was like, all right, I have 1 hour while they're on their walk to make this video happen. And you could tell the dog walker was kind of like, why am I walking your dogs if you're home, you lazy piece of shit?
Because I'm about to make it rain with cheese shreds.
I'm about to put cheese all over my body.
Curds, bitch.
Yeah.
Wow. So you made the video.
I made the video.
Was the fan...
and then I put shredded
with the cheese.
Oh my God! Speaking of the dog walker, because you know how when I get when I use Wags, when I get the dogs walked, a lot of times I tell them to I book an hour walk, and I tell them to just walk Ramona for 10 minutes and keep Sailor for the whole hour because Ramona can't. Ramona's our old dog. Sailor's a young dog, so I'm just walk Ramona around the block. If she wants to keep going, she'll keep going. She'll tell you if she wants to stop, bring her back. Anyway, most of the time, the dog walker will be like, well, Ramona had a burst of energy. We kept her for the whole hour. And I'm like, okay, this happened to be the time. So the dog walker did come back after 10 minutes and walked in. But I was upstairs. I was upstairs. Yeah. And I heard the door open. I was like, oh no. And then she was like, everything okay? I have Ramona. I was like, yeah, fine. Goodbye.
Wow.
So yeah, she almost walked in. And you know what? And I was going to film it on the couch. Which is downstairs. Can you imagine if she walked in?
The dog walker opening the door and saying you... with basically American Woman playing and you just dripping
cheese. I know
ballpark cheese whiz spray.
Yeah.
This is
Anyway, I did it upstairs, which I'm glad because she would have straight up walked in.
We're in Brooklyn, so it's anything goes.
Anything goes. Yeah,
that's weird even for Brooklyn.
It is. Yeah.
Damn.
I mean, everybody's got to pay the rent somehow. But anyway,
and this is how we.
I made it right. Should we watch it? Can we watch it again? Are you going to show it?
You're so proud of it.
I'm really proud of it. I posted a little clip on Twitter. I can show a longer clip.
It's the baby bell.
I put it in slow mo. Yeah.
It's the baby bell ball gag that's really doing it for me.
Yeah.
God damn. Okay.
So I made it rain with cheese. And
there may or may not be still cheese in our bed.
There may or may not be still cheese in our bed, but there's really not. I mean, I was very careful, as you can see.
Well, I did a custom video this week where I told a girl that I loved her and she was beautiful, and I basically took her out on a virtual date to dinner.
Oh, where'd you guys go?
It was a virtual restaurant that did not serve cheese.
Oh.
Yeah. So you know, there's a, you've got your videos and I've got mine.
So you're like, hey baby, I love you.
Yeah.
Do you want?
Note to all my fans out there: if you want a video of me stripping with cheese, it's going to cost you so much money because
for me, like, it's very reasonably priced.
So go just go order them from Joanna. Any food related customs, please go to my wife. Any customs that don't involve food, you can talk to me.
Yeah, I gotta hand it to my fans. Like, it's very hard at my point in my career to have any firsts.
It's true.
And I really just like, I'm glad to know that my fans are so imaginative.
They're always looking out for you,
They're always looking out for me. They're always like
encouraging you to explore new territories.
Challenging me. Yeah. And now, I will admit, I felt bad. I felt bad because afterwards I was like, should I keep this cheese? Like, I don't like to throw away food,
And do what? Like bake it into a quiche or some shit?
I could have charged extra for that.
Like you could have sold the charcuterie board of scraps to Cheese Fan.
Yeah.
We'll call it. I'm gonna call him Cheese Fan.
We can call him Cheese
Sounds
Fan.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay. New hustle.
I should have.
New hustle.
Really bad
Sell the cheese.
I was like really torn. I was like, should I keep this?
You do hate to waste food. You're
and like the shredded cheese, like, I mean, there was plenty left, but like I was reaching my hand in the bag to like pour it on me, so I felt like it would be unsanitary to keep it.
Oh, because you were reaching your hand in the bag, not because it was like ground into your pubes.
Look, that part I wasn't going to keep, but like the rest of it, like there was all this unused cheese, or like some of it. Anyway.
Speaking of that, should we maybe flip to our guest?
Yeah, we could flip to our guest. She had a pretty special first.
Yeah, she had a first, and I think she's live with us now.
There was no cheese involved.
Well, let's find out if there was. Yeah.
We have a very, very special guest today, virtually. But it's, she's here in the room. It's Lena The Plug. Hello. Hi.
Hi, guys.
This is a special episode. You are the most talked about person in the porn industry, if not the entire internet in general right now. Very bizarre. I've been in the porn industry for a very long time, and I have yet to see, I'm going to say, this much chauvinism and even a little racism coming out as a reaction to one content scene. And it's been really kind of crazy to see. And so I guess how are you doing? Are you okay? Like, genuinely, are you doing okay?
I'm okay. It's not getting to my mental health, but I'm almost sick of seeing myself. Like, I'm a little sick of the news cycle. It's everywhere.
Right, yeah. And
because I didn't think it was going to be this big of a deal. Like, a little bit of a big deal as my first scene with someone else, but that was all I was thinking it would be.
Yeah. How about Adam? I mean, you guys actually, I feel like you guys are handling it really well. And as like a married person in the industry, like, and from what I've been seeing, I'm like, I bet this has actually brought them closer together.
I would say so. We've had a lot more conversations that we probably wouldn't have had. We do feel a lot closer. We've been having a lot more sex, watching my scene.
Oh, so you guys actually watched it and had sex?
The trailer, like, over and over again.
Oh, that's so exciting. Honestly, like, I want to watch the scene. And yeah, and I think you guys are kind of you're like stuck in a storm together. You know, it's almost like tragedy sometimes brings people closer together. And I'm like, you know, I think it's really awesome because you can really tell that you guys are very much on the same team. Kind of.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. And I think Adam sort of had an opportunity where he could have like talked shit with the crowd or like got on board and you know, and so I think it makes me happy.
It was hard for him at first.
Was it?
Like the first couple
What do you
days.
think was hard for him?
So I went to do the scene, which Adam agreed to. And then when I came home, I didn't really want to talk about it because I didn't know how to explore that territory with him. And then he kept asking me questions. And I had a lot of fun and I was really honest about it. And I think that was kind of like a gut punch to him, even though he knew I would have fun. It was still hard for him to hear it. But as the days went on and like our relationship stayed solid, I think he just got more okay with it and realized it wasn't really a big deal. And then realized it also turned him on a little bit.
That's
So
amazing.
he just started trolling online with everyone else.
Yes.
There's some pretty good memes.
Yeah. What's your favorite meme?
Oh, I don't really like any of them, to be honest. Like the memes of me pregnant with like a black kid in my belly. I'm just like, you guys have so much time on your hands.
Yeah. No, definitely. So I actually don't know the history of you and Adam in the porn industry, and it's almost like because me and you had very different careers. It's almost like we went to different high schools and we go to the same college or something.
Yeah.
So did you start doing porn? How did you exactly start? Were you already doing it when you met Adam? Like, how did it exactly start?
When I met Adam, I was just a girl with like a regular job who had 50,000 followers and realized if I made a private Snapchat that I can make money. And I'd never taken my clothes off online. I was afraid, but it was obvious if I started, I was going to make a good chunk of change right away. And I was like, what do you think of this? And he was just a guy I had gone on a few dates with at the time. And he was like, oh, fuck it. Who cares? But then as my content evolved and I needed someone to have sex with on my content, it was like Adam got adopted into being a co-star.
Okay. So you got him into porn.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, back then it was like no one was calling it porn. They were just like, oh, this girl who does private Snapchat, even though like it was porn.
Right.
Just on
What
Snapchat.
happened with me too. Joanna
Yeah.
basically grabbed me and put me in the family business.
Right. A sex traffic.
There you go. I don't think they're mad about it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think everything
Yeah, it's worked out pretty well for me.
worked out pretty well. Now, did you ever get any of the same, like it's just crazy because you guys have been doing stuff with other girls for so long. And it doesn't seem like anyone was like, oh my God, like, Lena, are you okay? Did you ever even see anything close to the backlash that's happening now? Like,
No.
it's like another guy in the world is turned upside down and like
But it's because of the space that Adam is in. Like that I think is 100% what it's about, which is why Adam was skeptical about it for so long. Because he felt like, oh, they're going to make fun of me or they're going to lose respect for me. And then he was kind of just like, fuck it, I don't care anymore. Who cares? It's not a big deal.
Yeah. Did you specifically want to wait till you guys were officially married? Was that like a thing between you guys? Or it happened to be that way?
It just happened to be that way. We actually had agreed to it like a month before the wedding. And so I knew optically that was going to be really bizarre for people. But I mean, it kind of worked out perfectly except for me because it made it like a crazier story. Even though it's so silly. Everyone's like, why even get married? Who does this if you're married,
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. In our world, it's so normal.
Yeah, I know. It's like
I think Joanna went off and like did a gangbang like 2 days after our wedding. And it was just like, okay, well, it's Tuesday. Now we got to go to work.
yeah.
I mean, it's work.
Yeah. I know.
I know the entire industry is looking at this story play out like, what the fuck, guys? Come on. This is just regular shit. This is not even the craziest thing I've ever seen before.
Right. And it just seems like, I'm like, does everyone not understand that a lot of people in porn are married? Like, I actually have always found because when I go on your podcast, or if I'm ever just looking on the Plug Talk Instagram or TikTok, the things that the fans say all the time, I'm just like, where did these people come from? Like, what? I think I said last week here on our podcast that I feel like, I'm like, God, we must live in this kind of sex positive bubble. We never get
We do.
like these,
Yeah, like the conversations online are always like, what's a girl's body count? It's like such an important conversation for I don't know, non-porn people, but to us, like we never talk about such a thing. Who fucking cares, right?
Yeah. Or just the way everyone's like, oh, he's never going to be able to feel her pussy again. It's like, how do you, like as if everybody who's dating someone never had sex with someone with a big penis before, or.
Yeah, and that it stretches out and just stays that way.
Yes.
It's such a, it's, as someone who has professionally had sex with all the best whores in the world who fuck everyone, their shit's still tight. It's great. No problems.
Yeah.
I can just demystify this right now.
I mean,
Body count is irrelevant to how tight your fucking pussy is.
Yeah.
I totally agree. I also think it's crazy how people don't understand that people who do porn have completely separate lives. There are a lot of parents in porn. There are a lot of married people in porn. They just, they're not as public about it. We have, our family life online as well. So it's just very easy to cast judgment and be like, you guys shouldn't be doing this to your parents. So many people in the industry are parents.
I know. Yeah, that is, and I'm not a mother, but when I see the comments that are like, I feel so bad for their kid, like it like hurts me. Like it makes me want to go into the internet and strangle them. It's like, you guys are great parents, and how, I don't know,
yeah, it feels pointless to even defend it.
I know. It's pointless to defend it. And I hate when people, speak for the safety of other people's children, based on no facts. And it's also like, at some point, I'm sure you'll have a talk with your child about the fact that you guys are in the industry anyway. And what difference will it make if you're in the industry? You know what I mean? You already
I agree.
Talk. It's not like you need to, it's going to make it any,
it's out there already. It's been out there, stopping right now is not going to change anything.
It's not going to change anything. I know. I actually thought that when I first got in the industry, or, a lot of girls, they start off with girl. My first scene was anal. And I just remember thinking everyone's going to judge me no matter what,
May as well go back.
Yeah, nobody looks at anyone differently if you just do naked photos, or you just do girl or whatever. People consider
I completely agree
as this total whore, no matter what. So it's you may as well enjoy it and be a total whore.
And that's what I'm so confused by, because my whole time I've been with Adam, everyone has been saying that I've been sleeping with other guys, that they think that I just have always shot with other performers this whole time. So that's why I'm actually surprised that there's this much of a story, because they were always saying that I was doing it anyways. They didn't understand that I only shot with Adam for the most part.
Yeah. What do you have to say? Because people ask me all the time. People ask us all the time, because we've both been in the industry for a while. We both have, always worked with other people.
Yep.
And everyone, I feel like I've had to explain so many times, we're not in an open relationship. And it's almost like they're like, yes, you are. Yes, you are. And it's like, no, it's two different things.
So only on camera sex is allowed in your relationship, right?
Basically,
I don't even like to use the word allowed.
Yeah, that's basically our agreement with each other is if there's a camera on, and it's consensual, and all that shit's checked off, good to go. And then if there's no camera, we like to do things together.
Yeah, okay, we would be in a threesome, an orgy or something, but not anything.
Yeah, and to me, I totally get that means you're not in an open relationship.
No, but you're not. But most people wouldn't.
But most people don't see that. No,
that's porno, but but it's really not, because people in open relationships
and
have
they fully date other people.
Yes. Yeah.
We fuck other people, but we don't date other people.
Yeah, exactly.
We have other people off camera would be together, but I feel like ever since OnlyFans started, like any.
I don't have time to fuck people off camera, right?
It's like if we're gonna have a threesome,
May as well just set the phone up.
Yeah. So just
Exactly.
yeah. So I mean, I think I know the answer, but are you guys in an open relationship? Like, what would you have to say because I've seen the comments. They're like, guys, they're in porn. They're in an open relationship. Who cares? And it's like, you're so.
No, we're not in an open relationship. This is new territory for us. We know as because it's so new to us, we don't want to rush things because it's like it could be tumultuous for us. So we're taking everything really slow. I think people don't like that the terminology of Adam and letting me. But I keep having conversations and checking in with him about is this okay? Can I work with this person? Because I just want us both to be comfortable with it. I care more about our relationship than I do about continuing to do this, even if he's not comfortable with it or whatever, Yeah. So
I think there's a difference that people need to realize is checking in on your partner's feelings and well-being is very different than one person sort of saying, this is how it's going to be, and if you two are having a conversation as partners and as equals, then I don't see where I think people are just getting it kind of wrong.
I agree. People are like, oh, well, now Adam can go fuck anyone he wants. He gets a pass. And it's like, I've told him if he wants to shoot with another girl and film it for his own OnlyFans, he can, but he's not necessarily interested right now. So we're having all these conversations. It's not as one-sided as people think it is.
Right.
Well, when he's ready to have a threesome with a girl and another dude, tell him to give me a call and I'll hop in with him.
Yeah.
Ooh, you guys will have the match, how they always try to pair the blondes or the brunettes together. They'll put the two tattooed guys together.
Got tattooed guys.
I know, totally. Yeah, he did say, did he say he was going to bone you with another dude at some point?
At some point on Plug Talk, I think we'll do that. Yeah, which I'm excited about because I've been wanting that for a while.
Yeah. Is that something you've ever done?
We did it actually early in our relationship off camera. And then we never talked about it again.
So loud.
It was hot.
So hot. That's super hot. I've never had one of those threesomes off camera. I've had hundreds of them porn, but I've never had a night where it's just that kind of night.
Two guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just partying. We were in a room full of people. They were watching us. I was just a girl Adam had just met back then. He wasn't taking me seriously. So he said he was able to do that with me. And then as he became more into me and developed feelings for me, he was didn't want to do that anymore.
I get that. I mean,
yeah, that actually.
I, for example, I've had sex with Joanna and another man professionally on camera, but I don't really have an interest in it off camera. Not because I care or anything, but it's hard for me to treat you like a fucking horse after being 12 years married. And sometimes when the camera's on, I can kind of get into that more. And when it's off, I'd rather just be kind of romantic and boring. And I know.
I mean, you have to switch it up, right? You can't have that crazy face fuck sex every night. It's too much.
A little balance, a little variety is good.
Yeah, I agree. We always check in with each other, where are you at right now?
We are going to Fire Island in a couple of weeks, so maybe if things get frisky, me and one of my buddies will tag team you.
Ooh. I'd like to be a fly on the wall for that.
Well, what's next for you? I mean, you're in a really great spot because it's you can kind of do whatever you want, Do you think this is going to be a regular thing? Is this a once in a while thing? How have your fans, your fans, I always think there's such a big difference between the fans on Instagram and Twitter, the fans that are not paying and the fans that are paying. How have your hardcore, OnlyFans subscribers been reacting to this?
They're very excited. They're a lot of them are well, I resubscribed because you're giving us different content, because they've just seen a lot of my content as being very similar for all these years. On Instagram, it's a lot of you're a whore, you're a bad wife.
Right.
we respected you when you were with one guy, but now you're like too much of a whore.
So insane. It's like,
It's ridiculous.
to Adam no matter what he does, you know?
Yeah, no matter what he does, it doesn't fucking matter. I'm so torn. I wish I could get pregnant and then also not be pregnant and shoot a bunch of porn at the same time. Like, I wish there was two of me. And I wish I was down to get a surrogate because I want to just be a mom and have babies. But then I also want to continue riding this wave and be successful in my career. And it's hard to do both at the same time.
Well, you are doing both at the same time.
I know, but I want more kids.
You want more kids. I mean, you've got
Yeah.
time.
Do I?
But I mean, you can also structure. You could like be a whore for like a good month, you know, and like stack a bunch of content, you know, and then you could.
You'd have to book like every day.
Yeah, you know.
I don't know if my vagina could handle that. A scene a day.
Only one way to find out.
Do you find that you like lead a double life, like when you go to school to drop your kid off, or like do you go to PTA meeting? Like, do you just? I mean, you're very well known.
I mean, my kid is really young. She just started preschool. But I do find myself like trying to get in and out of drop off and pick up fast. I'm like, I don't want anyone to recognize me.
Yeah, I know. You know.
I have to make them really like me first before they know what I do. You know?
Yeah.
Can't lead with this is my job.
Yes. No, exactly. I get it. So you haven't had any drama with the other moms yet?
Not yet.
Not yet. Well,
I'm sure it's coming.
You'll see.
Yeah, right. They're just secretly, quietly saying to themselves, "Oh, what a queen!" You know, they're all
I would hope.
they're looking at you with a little bit of jealousy.
Well, I actually remember, you know, because we lived in a very upscale suburban neighborhood when we lived in LA, and it was like we were the Addams family on the block, you know, and it was really weird. It was almost like every time we went to walk the dogs, like everybody was quiet, and then you know,
did they know what you did, or was it just that you both have tattoos and stuff?
I mean, they knew, but they would never say anything. You know, I didn't make an announcement, but it was.
They tried so hard to. We got invited to one like suburban like barbecue, you know, with everyone on the block, and we like did not talk about porn. We showed up.
I brought
we were bringing them. We were like bringing them gifts, and we were on our best behavior, and we never got invited back to a.
Oh, they would have block parties. They would have block parties, and like I'd walk outside. I'd be like, "Oh, cool," and they'd be like, "We're so sorry. We figured you didn't want to come." I'm like, "Are you saying I'm not invited? It's on the block."
Oh, and
but the funniest thing was, so then when somebody saw like a moving truck outside and we were leaving, you know, and then one of the neighbors was like, "Are you guys moving?" I was like, "Yeah, we're moving," you know, and then they said, I remember the guy said to me, no, the woman, it was the wife. The wife said to me, "You know what? I always liked you guys." And I was like, well, who does? You know, it was almost like it became clear to me that everybody had like a meeting about this. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
where
it sounds like it.
It's like, I'm like, do you guys like?
They voted us out.
Yeah.
They're in a neighbor group chat just texting about you guys.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know what any of you guys do. Why do you know? Anyway, so I don't know if
have you
experienced anything like that in your neighborhood or whatever, you know? Because
no, not yet.
How are your neighbors? How are your neighbors?
Yeah.
Actually, I know my neighbors, my one neighbor, and they have a kid too, and they already knew what I did. Like, we just happened to move next to somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew us. So I didn't have to explain anything, which I feel grateful for that relationship. But I feel like all my neighbors are just like super old, and it's just not in touch with who we are and what we do, which I prefer.
Yeah, I always say it's a tough thing because it's really annoying when somebody is too into it, you know? And I agree. Yeah. They absolutely hate it. Like, you want someone who's just in the middle, who kind of just doesn't care at all, you know? Because when someone's all about it, because we've even had, we have
some fans in our building.
In our building, it's almost like they're a little too excited. And look, they've never violated our safety or anything like that. But it's almost like
just gets a little awkward when someone who lives down the hall wants to take selfies with you in the stairwell.
Oh yeah, no.
Right.
I always refuse those pictures. Like if I get a Postmates delivery and they want to take a picture outside my house, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I have to say.
Right. Or somebody, I'm just, it's the morning and they run into me and they want to talk to me how they tried anal sex and they really like
I'm walking the dogs here.
That's really so much.
Just confessing to you.
Yeah, just being like, wow, thank you so much. Because of you, I like anal. And I'm like, I gotta go.
It's nuts.
Well, actually, not. So it's kind of funny. It's like you want to be around people, but when they're like too into it, it can be a lot.
Yeah,
and they
I can see
obviously hate it, then that sucks too. So you kind of just want someone that's like, all right, so what? Which is hard to find. It's hard to find.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, are you excited for the scene to come out? I mean,
I'm so nervous because I didn't realize there was going to be all this hype around it. And I know that there's going to be like my audience who would probably be happy no matter what. But then there's going to be all these people who are paying attention to me who never paid attention to me. And I just know that they're going to take one big shit on me on the internet that day.
no.
I was so nervous and I feel like I couldn't perform as best as I would like to because I was so nervous. It doesn't look bad, but I just like, I'm judging myself harshly when I watch it. Like,
I get it. Are a producer of your own content,
Some of those nerds, though, I promise you,
they're
that's
gonna
going to
love it.
translate really well for the audience. They're going to like it because it will feel like you're not performing, like it's a little more genuine.
Yeah.
So even though I understand that you're a little nervous about it, just trust us when I say it'll play well.
I hope so. I'm just, I don't know. The internet is like crazy.
Like promo I've seen. I mean, you look gorgeous in it.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jason's one of the best boys. I mean,
Glowing.
yeah. So
Thank you.
I think it's going to be a home run.
Yeah. Yeah. And like, as someone who I used to direct a lot of like new girls, and you're by no stretch of the imagination a new girl. And there were times,
I felt new that day.
and as a director, sometimes at the end of the day, they're like, oh my God, that scene was really quiet. Like, I hope he didn't like it. Because we come from this world of like, everybody wants it to be this crazy, like award-winning scene. And the fans would always like those the most,
Yeah, I feel like I'm not super vocal because it doesn't come super naturally to me.
Right.
And I was like, at one point we cut and I just asked the filmer, I was like, should I be like yelling more? And he was like, no, like you're good.
I
Yeah.
think that,
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
and I think audiences now, we have seen so much porn that they know the overacting and the overperforming in like a porno versus something that seems a little more authentic. And I think right now more than ever, fans are craving like that authentic sort of thing over a fake porno-y thing.
I hope everyone likes it.
Everyone's going to like it. And the people who say mean things, they would have said mean things anyway. And I always find that it's the people who are paying, it's the people who don't pay that are always the mean ones. And
Totally. It's never good enough for those people.
it's never good enough for those people. They're always going to have something to say. But I think you did something awesome. I think the world is going to love it, and I think that, there's probably mothers everywhere that are like, I'm jealous.
Hell yeah.
I'm so jealous. I wish I could come home and make, I think deep down inside.
You're actually a hero.
Husband's out here getting the academy.
Yeah. I mean, you did something, you put yourself out there and look, at the end of the day, everything that comes from this, like, is going to go back into your home, like financially and whatever. So,
Yeah, it's been good.
Well done. Well done.
Thank you. I'm so sorry that I have to leave.
No.
Good mom.
Yeah,
Good mom.
stay strong. And so everybody go. I mean, what's your
The text for support the day of.
Yeah, what's your OnlyFans link?
Oh, you can just go to lenatheplug.com. It'll redirect you.
Yeah, if you.
I think the whole world will
Yeah, I think
be
the whole
there
world
when
is,
the day
yeah.
drops. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much. All right. Catching up with Lena. We should definitely watch it.
Let's
I
watch it
wanna see
together.
the video.
Let's have like a movie night where we watch it together.
And I really do hope that if they do a boy girl or a DP or whatever it is, like, I do hope that they invite you, because I think you're.
I would be honored.
Yeah.
I would be honored.
And like, I think they would pick you. Like, does Adam want someone who looks like, or does Lena want? Would it be exciting for her to almost have like two people that look very similar, or would
Well,
she
he's
would
a
he
tall
feel,
man. And
Yeah.
I'm not. But
I know you're both
we're
like tattooed
tattoo
with
white
black hair.
guys.
Yeah,
I
you're
get
both
it.
tattooed guys.
I
with
think
black
I
hair.
think the fans would love it, Adam. I don't know, buddy. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might have to get this going.
Would he feel more comfortable with somebody that looked exactly like, well, a lot like him, or would he feel more comfortable with somebody who doesn't look like
I
him?
guess we'll
would she
find
be
out.
more turned on if there's like?
I guess we'll find out. It's like when a fighter calls out another fighter. It's like-
Exactly.
it's out there in the world now. So
Yeah. Hey, we're here if you
We're
need
here.
us. We're here.
We're
if you
here.
need us.
And that drops tomorrow, everybody. Who's
Okay.
listening
I
to
believe.
this,
Yeah,
so
I believe
check
it does drop.
So make
tomorrow.
sure you
go
go
to
watch-
Lena's OnlyFans
Yep.
and go check out her and Jason Luv. And I'm sure it'll be on Jason Love's OnlyFans. I actually don't
Good
really
shit.
know the
Good
arrangement.
stuff.
So did we?
have a
we have some
question.
questions. Fans can ask us questions
Yeah, if you have a question, send it into justthetipsxo
at
gmail.com.
Questions, comments.
Yeah, we prefer video questions so we can play them on the show and we'll show your face and, everybody will have a good time. But this
Yeah.
one is a written question.
Okay.
Oh.
Hey there. First off, I respect the hell out of you, Joanna Angel. You're a real boss ass bitch.
Oh, thank you.
Bam.
Thanks, Sophie. Appreciate.
Thanks,
Oh, that
Sophie.
was just for you. Got it.
So here's her question. There's a guy she recently met who's a magician.
Oh my
And
god.
she
okay.
hangs out with him
Red
and
flag.
his roommates. They get along, bro out, and smoke weed.
Okay. Him and his roommate. There's a magician.
Her,
She hangs out with him,
magician and the
There's a-
roommates.
and then
They
they-
hang out, they smoke
and then they
weed.
disappeared. Wah, wah, wah.
Oh wow.
She catches the magician staring at her all the time. And they seem to have like an unspoken thing.
Okay.
So she says they've been
was
flirting
this a-
with each other and they haven't even kissed yet. And the vibes are there and they both want to rip each other's clothes off. But she really likes the sexual tension and it's hot and she doesn't want it to end. And she also wants to get laid.
This is a really
Provocative.
unique question.
What do you think she should do and how long should she wait? Should she let him make the first move or should she go first?
This is exciting and kind of funny that she had to throw in he was a magician. You know
Yeah,
what I
I
mean?
feel-
Like it's such a random point. Like I thought the magician was gonna be going somewhere, and it's like, but now I don't know. I just like imagine
Maybe she's worried. I don't know.
she doesn't want the magic to end.
Oh shit.
Okay. I think it actually is. I think her instincts are right. Like I think as the sexual tension builds, it's going to be exciting. But if she waits too long, she's going to be in the friend zone, and he might just kind of give up on it and move on. Like I think, like tension, like it's going to build, and
has
then
to
it's
lead
going to
to
have to
something,
break, or else it's just going to like kind of,
Have you ever fucked a musician? A magician?
I fucked like I think everyone I fucked ever is a musician.
Have you ever fucked
other than in porn? Everyone.
Have
off
you ever
camera.
fucked a magic man, Joanna Angel?
Have I?
Like we spent some time at the what's the Magic
No,
Castle
I
in
haven't.
Hollywood?
Yeah,
Because
our friend did. Our good friend. She wound up dating a magician.
are magicians good in bed? Can we Google that? Because maybe this can help with the
We
decision.
can ask. Our good friend did wind up dating a magician, and you know what? It turned out that he was not very faithful to her, and I was like, "Well, he's like a professional liar.
Sure, he can disappear and be in different rooms with different people.
Also, he's a professional. He is like an expert at fooling someone. So
Okay, so
of that.
sexy but not trustworthy.
and like literally, they are so.
They are skilled in the
so
dark
be
arts.
careful. Be careful with a
Okay.
magician, because that's like what they know how to do is
Interesting.
trick people.
So have a
So be
fling with him,
careful.
build up the tension, but maybe
Be very skeptical.
maybe don't bring the magician home to mom and dad.
Maybe just
have
be
your
on
fun.
be like one step ahead of him.
What
You
does
gotta
what
be-
does Google
You got to
say?
be like the girl in the audience that's like no, the card was in your pocket the whole time. Like that's who you need to be, because or else he's gonna pull one over on you.
Okay.
You know.
What is
So Google When I Googled "Are magicians good in bed?" it auto-corrected it to "Are musicians good in bed?" And then when I was like, "Oh, did I do that?" And then I did it again, and it asked me, "Did I mean
Musicians.
Are musicians good in bed?"
No, damn it. We're talking about magicians.
And I'd have to say,
Okay, so
some
they're sexy, but they're not trustworthy.
are magicians trustworthy? Ask Google. Should we ask? I have Chat GPT. Should I ask Chat GPT?
Well, hold on. We need to give this girl some
Wait,
advice.
I know. Yeah, I guess she could
But
ask.
she really wanted to let us know that he was a magician, so I feel like that we have to sort of explore
Okay, so be
that.
careful because, he is a professional trickster and you should, so just keep that in the back of your head. But we're talking about sexual tension, so we're not talking
That's
about
true.
further down the line, getting married and stuff like that. So let's just
Usually
talk about,
they're well dressed. They have cool suits on.
yeah, they
you
have
know?
good suits on.
They're
They
sharp
have-
dressers
They have top hats.
because they got to hide shit in the hat.
Right. Play your cards right.
Oh, God, Joanna. So Joanna has recently been wanting to get into comedy, and
How am I doing?
And so far
I'm doing
I am
great.
sold.
Are you sold? Should I just go and be so this magician?
Call up the
So the other day I was
call up
thinking
the
of fucking a
comedy
magician.
shop and book
Okay.
this girl.
All right. So I think it's good you're letting the tension build. But if you let it build for too long, it's going to be weird. And I think you will both fall into the friend zone and he will move on. You will move on. It's going to get too weird. Remember on The Office? You want to be like Jim and Pam, not like Andy and Aaron. Remember, it's they had a moment and it was going to go there, and then he kept waiting for the right moment, and then it was too much, and then Aaron, went off and dated Gabe, I think. Yeah. So I'm just saying but I should he make the first move? Should you make the first move? I think if there's this much tension, it's going to be both of you at the same time.
Yeah.
I think it's just you're just going to be kissing and you're not even going to know who made that move. Right? Also, why did she mention his roommate? I thought this was going to go to and then I fucked his roommate. I don't know.
Or maybe she wants to fuck him and his roommate together.
Yeah.
That could be hot. Start with the one.
I hope when they have sex that she wears one of those magician assistant outfits.
Oh, he's gonna cut me in half with his dick.
Yeah. It's they're always kind of cute and sparkly.
Saw me in half with that dick,
Yeah.
magician daddy.
Ooh. I mean,
Have you guys ever heard of The Prestige?
The movie?
No.
Or wasn't that a movie though?
It was.
Okay.
But it's one of those Urban Dictionary sex acts.
Oh, what is
Oh,
it?
no.
I don't know
Alright.
about it.
So, this is probably going to be a little upsetting to some people.
Oh boy.
Okay.
So,
a sex act should
Urban
never be
Dictionary-
upsetting. Just
Urban
saying.
Dictionary defines the prestige as you're banging a chick from behind and you switch out with a buddy and then you go out the window and you wave to the girl that
wow.
you were just banging from behind.
That is
The old bait and switch. I didn't know it was
mean,
called the prestige.
first of all, that means you.
that violates so many consent rules.
Oh my God, it's terrible. But, it's things you got to watch out for magicians.
Fuck.
I don't think does that happen in also that
No,
could only.
none of these things
I don't
happen in
think
real
that
life,
could happen
Joanna.
in real life. Where did the other guy come from? Was he hiding somewhere? Also to do this sex act, you have to live on the first floor.
What's the desired reaction?
This is not a
the
good
girl
sex act
sees
for
him
New
and
York
she's
City.
like, "Oh, you're down there now. Hi."
Yeah,
I don't know.
It's funny
Okay.
that it has to be a window.
Urban Dictionary has a lot of these on them
Okay.
that have no
I mean, I could see this
reasonable
happening in a movie.
desired outcome.
Interesting.
You switch it out with a buddy.
I feel like this is a scene from like one of those American Pie, raunchy teen
Yeah.
college movies or some shit.
Okay,
These are all just figments of people's
Fair
imaginations.
but you could
for
do
sure.
that. You could do that with
Well,
magic.
Right. That's
It
what I'm
would be
saying.
difficult to do it with reality. But you could do that. So maybe that is where
Okay.
the roommates are coming in. So
Sh-
what's your
should-
advice for the magician and Sophie?
Me, I like yours. Let it build, but
Let it build, but not too long,
make sure
yeah.
it goes somewhere.
She says, how long? I think everything works in threes. I'm going to say the third date. Like three more times.
Okay.
3 more times.
Because so far it sounds like they haven't had a date yet. She said they've just been smoking weed at the crib.
Okay.
With
yeah.
his roommate.
I'd say after
first
you
let's
see
isolate
him,
the roommate, right? Go get
Yeah.
rid of that.
Yeah, you got to
Then-
hang out with him alone. Yeah. Like oh.
So maybe
hey.
he can poof and make his roommate
maybe
disappear.
go if he's a magician, is go to one of his shows and just kind of be like
a
which is very similar as somebody who's had sex with a lot of musicians. If there was ever tension building or I wanted to fuck one of them, I would go to their shows.
You take it to their home turf. Let them shine.
I'm like,
Let 'em shine.
I just figured I'd stop by,
You were so
saw you were
great.
playing. You were, and then wear a really sexy outfit, but not too sexy because you can't look like you're trying too hard,
It's true. There's an
Make
art
some
to
eye
this.
contact. Yeah, exactly. Just go there, stand out and then be like, so do you want to
Fuck.
grab a bite after? Or something?
Bite of
are
my
you
ass?
doing anything after?
All right.
It works like every
Sophie-
time. So
Sophie,
go to one of his magic shows.
You have your very convoluted instructions.
Right, yeah.
Should we conjure up a haiku
Yeah.
before we get out this
Let's
bitch?
do a haiku. I hope you got some advice, Sophie.
Yeah.
I believe in you and I'm really excited about what's going to happen.
Update us on the progress.
Mm-hmm.
We would love to hear about this story unfolding. Okay, haiku is a 5-syllable, 7-syllable, 5-syllable, 3-line poem. Who should start it off today? Brian. No, you pointed at me.
Brian always
It's true.
ends it. Brian
It's
has
true.
to end it
All right,
because
I'll
his
start.
lines
I'll
are great.
start.
You
I'll
should
start.
start.
I'll
I've been
start.
starting them a lot lately.
Okay.
We're fine.
I'm going to keep it real simple. Cheese and magicians.
Cheese and musicians.
Magicians.
Cheese and magicians. Every wife deserves extra dick.
Oh.
Every wife deserves extra dick.
Cheese and musicians. Every wife deserves extra dick.
This is a callback. Baby Bell ball gag.
Oh, hell yeah.
Baby Bell.
I think that's our
ball
best haiku yet. Cheese and magicians. Every wife deserves extra dick. Baby Bell ball gag. Hell yeah.
gag. Woo.
Well, this has been a glorious episode. Where can they find you on the internet, Joanna?
You can find me onlyfans.com/Joanna Angel, twitter.com/Joanna Angel, Instagram.com/Joanna Angel, and please follow our podcast, Justthetipsxo.
You
Everywhere.
can find me, onlyfans.com/smallhands. Twitter and Instagram are at @thesmallhands_, and follow our show. Listen to us, watch us, have fun.
Subscribe
with us.
to our YouTube page.
Buy all of your food-related sexual custom videos from Joanna, and buy all of your non-food-related sexual custom videos from me.
Oh, and search me on Pornhub.
Yeah, you can search us both on Pornhub and
Search us both on
some
Pornhub.
time.
Search me
Spend
on
some time with
Pornhub.
us. Yeah, spend some
Yeah.
time with us on Pornhub until we
Keep
see
searching
you.
me.
Until we see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.